All right, welcome in. This video won't be long. It's time for the usual suspects. I've mentioned it before. We're gonna get the exact statistic in just a second. But I've said, what is it? 29% of the population, 70% of the child sex crimes. Talking about white guys. Oh, you offended? Unsubscribe. Blanchester pastor jailed on $2 million bond charges with rape and other felonies. By the way, this is really annoying. It's play. I can't. First of all, I can't even play it. I'm clicking it. It does nothing, and it's just showing a GIF. It's just looping a GIF. Like who coded this? Anyways, and it's just popping up. Like there's a floating player. Silas Shelton. Okay, so background who this guy is. They're not gonna mention it in this article, I'm sure. But an Ohio pastor who condemned LGBTQIA plus themed books at a school book fair has been charged with child sexual abuse. Silas Sheldon faces 4 felony counts, including rape, for allegedly abusing a teenager over several years. He previously spoke out against the LGBTQIA plus themed graphic novel Heartstopper, calling it disgusting and claiming it encourages children to explore their sexuality. Huh? Like, first of all, is this controversial to say that's not weird or abnormal? When I was a child, I did, because I was curious. Not gonna go into that, but of course, me and the others, we were children. I'm not like this guy. But second of all, no normal person as an adult thinks about children exploring their sexuality. Like, who talks like that? Anyways, like, about how is that a weird or abnormal thing? Like, why would you want children to be suppressed, repressed like you, and wind up as a fucking child molester like you? That's how you get that shit. It's weird ass right wing Christian culture. I'm a Christian, but it's a totally different culture the way the Christianity I was raised into and the way these guys view it. It's all about the patriarchy. I said it a million times. That's why there's so much child sex abuse in Christian circles. And I didn't make up. This is not an original thought. It's because of the patriarchy. Because it says the man can do whatever he wants with women and children. Because he's at the top. He's the king of the household. Whatever these people believe. I don't believe that. Okay, Silas Sheldon, a 48-year-old pastor in Blanchester, Ohio, is now an inmate at a Clinton County adult detention center and facing 4 felony charges, including rape, after police say he began abusing a then teenage girl 6 years ago. And why 6 years ago? Why did it take so long to bring this guy to justice? But and that's another thing, just the whole exploring your sexuality thing. Another reason, anytime you hear these, it's normally in the South, in red states, where they say you should ban sex education. That would make it easier to manipulate and abuse children because they wouldn't understand boundaries and things like consent. You have to learn that stuff. That's what you learn in sex ed. I took sex ed. We learned about consent. I can't imagine people that aren't being offered that course or they're not allowed to take it because you're missing out on very crucial information regarding boundaries in your own sexuality, which people should learn about. And it's weird to say you shouldn't. Before he was arrested without incident in Blanchester on Wednesday, Sheldon served as the pastor of Blanchester Community Church. Wilmington police reported that in the fall of 2019, Sheldon allegedly began inappropriate sexual conduct with a girl who was 14 or 15 at the time. A detective involved in the case stated that the alleged victim and her family were members of Sheldon's congregation. Of course. That's how it goes. A lot of these guys get into positions of, positions of trust, like being a youth pastor, a teacher, things like that, so they have access to these children. Then they groom them. WLWT's Todd Dykes. And that's another thing, man. These guys, every accusation is a confession. All these guys talk about is grooming because they're the ones doing it. And it all goes back to the patriarchy. WLWT's Todd Dykes attempts to reach someone at the church located next to a fast food restaurant on Main Street in Blanchester were unsuccessful as no one answered the door. The detective leading the investigation said in a probable cause statement, sorry, it's already, I just got done crying. So it's like my eyes are all blurry. caused a statement that the alleged abuse, not about this, it's something else, continued until a few months ago. The detective described a complex dynamic suggesting the young woman felt groomed, trapped, and manipulated due to Sheldon's position as a religious. That's what I just said. They do this is positions of authority and trust. Watch your children around these people. Like you shouldn't even go with. You shouldn't have to say that. I wouldn't leave my kids alone with a youth pastor, but a lot of people are. Okay, where we at? The Wilmington Police Department social media post about Sheldon's arrest has sparked shock, sadness, and outrage among commenters. The detective indicated that the alleged abuse occurred at Sheldon's house in Morrow, Warren County, at Cowan Lake in Clinton County. And in local hotel rooms, Jesus Christ, it makes me fucking feel sick reading this. It was going on over the course probably years. Sheldon is scheduled for a preliminary court hearing. And this is the thing that pisses me off. Nobody ever mentions their political views. What if this guy was like a prominent left winger? Oh, I'm supporting Zoran Mountain. Just you want to insert whatever left wing rhetoric you want to include. Or I support LGBTQI plus children. What if what do you call them, drag queens? What if one of them was arrested for abusing children? And it hardly ever happens. I've seen like maybe one story, but the thing with pastors happens constantly. Every accusation is a confession, but they never mention these guys' political views. Why? How come we never mention or don't mention the fact that he's MAGA? Why are they always protected? Alright guys, so I'm going to have to hop into the editor and splice this song. I mentioned in the beginning of the Usual Suspects video I was going to give facts, empirical evidence about the amount of sex abusers who were white guys. Here's your facts from USSC.gov, government website. 93.6% of sexual abusers are men. 57.5% were white. 16.1% were black. 12.1% were Native American. 11.8% were Hispanic. 2.5% are other races. 74.6% of offenders in cases involving production of child pornography were white. 53% of offenders in cases involving travel or prohibited sexual conduct were white, and 27% were black. So yeah, there you go. There's your facts. I'll leave a link to all this in the description. If that offends you, unsubscribe from the channel. I couldn't fucking care less. And just, don't take it up with me. Take it up with white guys. They're the ones who can't keep their hands on fucking children.